Hello, everybody. Raz here. This Worlds has been goddamn fun, hasn't it, man? I mean, I just love watching team fights. I've loved watching just mechanical outplays. We've been getting a lot of that. And we're not getting the big ass team fights in later game stages, which is a good thing, bad thing. Good in the sense that you don't get the longer games. You don't have to wait until people farm up to that, 35, 40-minute mark. Bad in the sense that you just don't get the epic team fights that you really want. Now you get skirmishes and fights when some team is 5k behind. You're like, well, I have an idea how this is going to end up. But that's my general feeling on that aspect of Worlds. That being said, Fnatic versus Invictus Gaming. I'm going to be doing a 3-part VOD series of just their games. I'm going to cover their group stage game since they were in Group D. This one was the win for Invictus Gaming. The last two that you'll know were the losses. I don't even have to have spoilers. This is the group stage, god damn it. And then ultimately, after all is said and done, I'm gonna go through the predictions, who I think will win the series, why I think they'll win the series. That is the only spoilers I care about. So let's just go through the pick and ban here. This is really early on, so remember that priorities are completely different. In this stage of the game, it was Aatrox versus Urgot. Makes a lot of sense that Invictus Gaming would deny the Urgot away from Soaz. So it evens out the top side matchups, makes it so you're either going towards tanks or just something completely different, honestly. No blind pick. You'll see from this one. The Rakan pickup makes it so you know for certain it's going to be a Xayah look for Fnatic. I know a few teams has gone towards the Kai'Sa Rakan, so you can have later game team fights. So much stronger then, but you lose a lot early game because Rakan just sucks ass in laning phase. And Xayah would be able to empower his damage on his W passive application. And just Xayah herself just has push. So I don't agree with the Kai'Sa pickup from Invictus Gaming. I think they can go for Xayah tank, Xayah Alistar. Alistar got banned. Yeah, Xayah Leona. Leona is a great pick into the Rakan, so I would appreciate that a little bit more. You have push in lane, you have power in team fight, safety in the Xayah ultimate. So Xayah is just great alone. Also, I just love Leona into the Pyke. So I thought that the Pyke, you can probably just leave that up. I understand it's a great respect ban to Hylissang. She's a great Pyke player in the tournament. But especially since this is the first game you're having up against Fnatic in the group stage, let them have it if you have the Leona in your back pocket. There's no reason to take that away. You blow them up at 6 because you have such high stats early on in the game. And then on top of that, later on in team fights, Pyke is a lot less impactful. He's great once he gets his resets, but a lot of it is just waiting for his team to set it up. He can start with great hooks. I mean, early you can have great picks in those fights, but it gets harder and harder as the game goes on, and he really can't put his body out there, or he just gets bursted. So just talking about the top lane pickups, Sion there for Soaz, you can see the priority is that they want to have side lanes that can push, and they were able to get that pretty easily. Xayah Rakan bottom lane is going to be able to have push into most matchups, especially knowing they're going up against Kai'Sa Leona. And Sion's going to do well here. It's just Invictus Gaming saying that they'll have stronger team fights and push. Their engage, Invictus Gaming's engage, is very apparent. So that's something that we should look towards, seeing if Invictus Gaming can have cleaner fights. Xin Zhao is supposed to be that bridge mid game, but at this point, if he doesn't have control of his side lanes, I don't know how much he's not going to be able to invade, that's for sure, unless if someone fucks up. Olaf is a good pick here. Olaf's a great pick here. I don't remember what he picks. There we go. I guess he just picks it. Some time has passed in between this game, and obviously Worlds Finals is coming up soon, so I don't remember the finer details. So God bless. It's nice to have, just come back to this game this late in advance, so. I do remember the Swain, though. Swain blind pick. I think Fnatic have been pretty damn comfortable in how their side lanes are, and the fact that they have an Olaf, they do need some aspect of pick in their comp. Rakan's fine, but Swain is okay in that regard. It's safe too, so it's a safe top lane pick, safe mid as well. I think it's a good flex between Sion and Swain. Just if you look against what Invictus Gaming have in counter picks, you can say, okay, well, we'll put Sion mid and Swain top. Pretty damn sure Soaz can play Swain, even though it's a great champion for Blippo. And Caps can play that monkey of a champ mid line. So the ease of execution is definitely there from Fnatic, from just being able to play Swain. Teleport 2 means that Swain should have an advantage in sustain within the lane, but, I mean, Syndra just has more damage. She should have Electrocute, and I think she did pick up Electrocute last I remembered. So, if I remember, Xin Zhao with Electrocute Syndra, that's pretty gankable. So, Swain does have to play it at his tower. So, that's true, but I still think Olaf has access to Xin Zhao's camps. Specifically Raptors and Krugs. Now let's move this along. This was the first game that we got to see for Rookie versus Caps. We were denied the Shy versus Whippo, but at this point in the tournament, not a lot of people were excited to see Whippo. Soaz was just playing so damn well coming into this one. And at this point, Soaz just has such a large brand in Europe. The man is a god. Not only is he playing well, but he's a very famous top laner. He's a famous player, so. One thing I do remember in this game is that Soaz had such a heroic game on Sion, so. Oh. They have Duke and Rookie backing them up too, so they put a ward down. It's a good ward to place, but they still don't have. They don't know if Broxa placed a ward of his own because he's been in that bush for some time. And you can already see Olaf started bot side. Now, typical clear for a lot of these level 4, just like level 4 type junglers that want to clear out, get the most bang for the buck and experiences. Raptors, Red, and Krugs. He's going to base and go for boots most likely. I'm actually super surprised that Xin Zhao is going for his blue buff. He has no idea that Broxa didn't place a ward. I don't think there would be a reason for Broxa not to place a ward in that bush. I think he would just make the safe assumption that Broxa's sitting there. And then he left, so if he didn't place a ward afterwards, then yeah, okay, that's fair. But Broxa gets fucked a little bit. Good trade from Caps, but yeah, Broxa gets a little bit blown because he's going to base now, get his boots, and then come back for his blue buff top side. And he's not going to be able to get it, so he's going to get triple buffed. Oh, if you see in the minimap, it's good for Caps. Caps uses W. You can see that bright little spot in the minimap, checking if the blue is up. So now Broxa has information that blue's down. He's pathing top anyways. You still have Wolves and Grump, but at this point, the highest experience gain you can get is Krugs on opposite end. So you can already see he's going for it. Doesn't matter if he gets caught. People see him doing it. He has access to Krugs. And he took Krugs bot side, so Ning's not going to be able to get it. Oh, this was the game where they dove bottom lane. Unlucky. That was really smart from Ning. I want to see at what point did Broxa get caught on a ward. You should have been seeing now, I think. Well, you're seeing now. So at this point, he was already moving bottom side after taking the Scuttle Crab. But he knew, okay, he already knew that bottom side Krugs was done because he knew that Olaf, the reason why he went to the top side of the map so late is because he went for full clear bot side. So the only reason he was here was for this dive. Reckless took so much damage. Dracula and Balan had been setting this up really well. So this is going to be the last time I replay back this one. But just that little bit of chip and damage, because Reckless was actually, before that chip he's been taking, he's in a livable situation. Guardians, I believe, is still there for Hylissang. He even gets the healed here too. So like pre-trade, he's good. He's actually just fine. I think it's good for him to duck out of the tower and buy for time for the teleport. Maybe if Hylissang, I think, still had his W, that'd be fine. He still has flash too. Gets stun locked. Yeah, there's not much you could do there. But damn, that was very difficult. I just think that's great communication from Dracula, Bala, and Ning to be able to get that one. Otherwise, Broxa would have had a good response to the experience fight. Good from Rookie. So Ning gets so much off that play. A lot of risk that Ning took, not only going topside for taking blue and going for a triple buff, but then just aiming for this dive. Because he had the information that Broxa was going to be topside. I already saw it on the ward too. So no jungle here. Sure, teleport comes through, but they are so healthy. So I wonder who tanked that. How was the tanking? I mean, it's going to be Leona, right? But she pops the W, so she not only tanks the ignite, she tanks the tower. So not much you can do. So much resistance is there on that. And that's also the resistance off of... I'm just going to last time I replay, yeah. It's also the 80 resistances that she got off of Aftershock. So W, Aftershock, my god, cannot kill that hoe. So Ning has a lot of control now. Rookie is doing really well in lane off the trades. You can more reliably play around mid lane, a little bit more around bottom lane too. The one person's doing well, of course, is Soaz. I mean, he has a great matchup. He has, I think his dematerializer just came up. The fact that he went inspiration too means that he's pretty good on sustain. I wish they showed the details of their masteries. That would have been good information. CS advantage mid for Rookie you'd expect to, but that's a pretty large CS advantage. Bottom lanes is building up, and take a look at this. Like, what the hell can Hylissang and Reckless do? Like, honestly. If you're Broxa, the information you have here is very simple. Soaz is basing. Soaz has push top lane, and he's basing. He has a control ward. He is as safe as he humanly can be. Caps, sure, he's been having a rough laning phase, but at this point, he's fine. I think he's fine. I just want to see where the wave is at for him. He's actually he's a pretty fucked position too. His wave is pushing out. He needs a little bit of help. And there's a control ward mid. Jesus. It's a pretty difficult position to be in. Does it get resolved at all? At this point, Ning has two great options. One on Ning. One on Caps and one on Reckless. He just commits to the Reckless play, but just looking at Broxa going mid, it's a decent idea so he can play through the center of the map. It's safe. He gets his Raptors, and he can help Caps out if Caps pushes and theoretically gets fucked by Ning. But Ning just went hard for the bottom lane because it was super easy to set up for. Level 4 and Reckless. Hylissang can save himself, but like who cares about that? He even uses his flash to get the kill on Reckless, I think. This is not much Broxa does here. Initially, I think at the time I criticized Broxa because you would want to be bottom side with how fucked the wave is bot, but it's also screwed mid at the time too. Rookie's only pushing this out because he knows Ning's in the area. They saw Broxa rushing bottom lane. They only move when they have the advantage. They only move when they have the information that Broxa's in a lane. Ah! They're getting demolished. I forgot about that. Bad to worse. Wave control is super harsh here. And remember, like, all of these champions that Fnatic has, like, they don't have the choice of wave control. If Swain wants to trade, Swain is probably going to push the wave. Every single one of his abilities hits minions as, like, by default. It's a literal fucking shotgun in his hands. So, like, how do you control that? You can say the same with Rookie, but, like, Syndra is far more easy to control the wave than a Swain is. And then you look top lane, Soaz is fine. He's playing alright. But he knows he's going to push by default too. The way he trades is literally by eating a fucking minion onto Duke's head and then queuing. So with the plan being to have these lanes push, save for caps, the risk is that you have no say in the matter, and Ning does get the ability to just kind of pick and choose what ganks he gets. I like this play though. Soaz, who was untouched for the entirety of the game, is a part of it now. Really good double Q knock-up. Double knock-up off the Q. There we go. Tanks it. 2 kills too. I love the fact that they just waited and got the kills on for Reckless. If he gets this one, it would be nice, but unlucky. It's fine. Olaf getting the kill is cool too. But yeah, you need to use Soaz a lot more in this game. Having as much push as he does there, I mean, sure, he had a teleport, so he gets the ability to. The quality is kind of dropping down. Let me pause it. Boost it up. We only accept 720, my friend. 10-8 is a dream, but you know what? Doesn't matter in this kind of a... Doesn't matter with this game. This ain't Call of Duty. We got cartoon characters. But just a great slow push here. They got a bit of a second wave on that too. The fuck is happening here? I know it's a hex flash, but like, what's the purpose? First and foremost, Rookie has no mana. Caps is at like above 25% HP. That's like 33% of HP for Caps. He's not going to die, and he hasn't even used his own ultimate. I mean, now he does, but what is a pre-6 Leona going to provide? Remember, where's the rest of Invictus Gaming? Ornn is coming, sure, but he's not there yet. He's not useful at all at the moment. Zin's coming, sure, but he's not there yet. Doesn't have his flash. So this is just Balan putting himself out to dry. Maybe trying to bait them, but I wouldn't give him that. And then I gotta say the same thing to Fnatic. You just shit on the HP of Balan because of all of that. It's sad that you didn't get the kill, but who's gonna follow up on this? Who's gonna follow up? Look at where Soaz is. Soaz is bottom lane. Reckless going top lane. Now you can say, I think the criticism here in the LPL is usually, you know, the moment these fights start to occur, that your laners start to rotate. In this case, Reckless still moving topside to get the wave instead of coming mid is a criticism that you can levy just to be safe. But in his defense, with that being said, you would expect them to soak it in, play back. You know? This was pretty ridiculous coming in from Balan. You don't have to do too much. You know that now 2 people are going to base. Rookie doesn't have mana, he's going to base 100%. Balan doesn't have HP, he's going to base 100%. This is such a big win for Fnatic. And if I remember correctly, yeah. Hylissang dies from this. So, it's a little bit frustrating that you get to this kind of a stage and you just make mistakes like that. What would have occurred at that moment if Rookie and Balan backed was Cap stays in the lane a little longer, clears the wave, goes back to base, and he's actually at a much better position with the CS deficit that he's had. And I think he would be much closer to getting his catalyst, and he would not die in this lane. At that point, if they commit to killing him under tower, then Fnatic should 100% be able to get pressure topside on top lane tower. With how they were able to get bottom lane tower, Fnatic is in a good position at that time to start hunting for tower gold. So it's a little unfortunate that happened, but we'll see. What is Invictus Gaming going to do? They should be playing towards topside a little bit more. I mean, first of all, static shift. Storm Razor, static shift. Storm Razor advantage. So it's a lot of gold, a lot of damage on Jackie Love currently. So you'd want to play towards her anyways. It's going to take a little bit of time for Reckless to really get back in it. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time. One more base from Reckless and he's going to be fine. But currently, Invictus Gaming should have the ability to clear out wards here. So that's going to be Fnatic playing a little bit more defensively around the area. But one thing they should still be happy about is that Soaz still has complete control and push. He doesn't have the TP advantage. Reduke will have that's faster. But, I mean, at this point, he has his ultimate. He has the push. I think a second wave has been pushed in too. He has the ability to actually make a play around mid. And then when Duke does have teleport, then try and pull Duke's TP because he's not going to follow you. He's just going to have to follow you with teleport, with summoners, rather than actually foregoing his own minions to do it. Let's stop that there. Because what I would have wanted out of Broxa in that instance is, as I already said, make the play alongside Sion to go for Rookie's flash and then try and chase it down. Chase it down so you can blow Duke's teleport once it's up. Or if he doesn't have teleport, then great. Then you just got a great advantage around mid. But he goes for bottom lane, which means that you have two people bot. Great opening for Invictus Gaming that already had pushed top lane to do two things. Either you can take top lane tower, try and aim for it, or you can take the Rift Herald, which I like a little bit better. They're already going for Rift Herald, so Fnatic now recognize that going for that play, what the hell, man, you're going to lose Rift Herald. This is really smart, though. I'm not going to pause it, but it's good to make a play around mid to pull the attention of IG. Try and save Rookie a little bit more, but it didn't work the first time, so Caps is kind of trolling. Pastry time was right there. I don't know if you guys heard that, but too far forward. Oh, no, you didn't hear it. I'm the only one hearing it. That's fine. I didn't want you guys to hear it anyways. It's just like 1.5 speed casters. But all he said is that Caps just went too far forward. I mean, that's literally all it is. The idea is sound. I like the idea of being able to pull IG over to you and not take Rift Trail, just delay it a little bit so Olaf can come up topside. But execution is the only thing. It's always tough playing the push and pull game when you don't have vision, but you just usually have to side on being safe. Sad face. Now with Caps down, you can start to push in mid a little bit more. They still have an eye, and I mean by they I mean Invictus Gaming should still have an eye on mid lane tower and Rift Herald. They might need to refill. Actually, I was about to say refill on control wards, but they have a hell of a lot of control wards based off their last pacing. Last basing. Those are words. So as long as Xin Zhao takes Raptors, goes to Rift Herald, plays down control ward, and just starts it up again, I think they're good. But Fnatic should have that idea that that's going to be the play. You can already see the wards being placed down. So just try and get Sion to push up. There's no reason for him to push this far up. Build up to 2 waves and start rolling around with your team. And just try and pull Duke as much as possible. Duke doesn't even have mana too. Like, looking away from this play at this point, let's say here. I was talking about it around here. So I don't think Soaz sees the mana that Duke has. He sees it now, right? He sees how much mana Duke has now. He would want to, knowing that the wave is right behind him here, push up this wave and start rotating mid. There. Move mid with your team and start really hunting for some of these plays. Because you know that Rift Trail is going to be a priority for Invictus Gaming. They were looking for it last time. What's going to stop them now? Try and force a fight so Duke actually has to teleport here. And you have a one great play. One great play is, let's say you already started a great fight. You caught Rookie, who's flashless. Nice. You caught Jackie Love, who's flashless. Nice. Teleport's coming from Duke. How's he really going to help? He uses his ultimate. That's all he has. I think all he has for mana is ultimate. What good is that? Right? So I think that's a play. As a sign is you're sitting around mid, you're waiting for Ornn to push out, and then you're gonna match that wave. Especially as a tank, you're not gonna be chipping that tower at all. So there's no benefit of really just sitting there, just farming it up. So this is just Invictus Gaming taking great vision control from IG. They can continuously pick these fights because they just have an even number play. Sion's here now, but it's just all about timing. All you're trying to do is make Sion on as present as possible, so you can either pull Duke, make it 5v5, go back bottom lane, and then now he doesn't have TP advantage. I mean, now you have TP advantage. Or you just stop them and buy for time. Because Reckless, you have that late game scaling situation, like that advantage, I would say. Sure, Kaisa, I think I mentioned it earlier on. But sure, Kaisa has great late game damage, but she's going to be going towards the AP build. It makes a lot of sense for her to do that. Doesn't make much sense. It takes too long for her AD build to come online. And if she goes AP, you have AP damage coming from Ornn, AP damage from Rookie, from Jackie Love, from Baolan. Your only form of damage that's AD is Ning, and that you shouldn't respect that. That's something you shouldn't respect. So if I'm Sion and Broxah to a certain extent, I just start building magic resist. I think Broxah should have, or either of them, should have adaptive helmet at some point to deal with the damage that Kaisa would be dishing out. And yeah, same as Rookie. Brox is getting blasted in these fights because he's really fragile because he has the Black Cleaver build, as you can see. Black Cleaver really empowers your mid-game strengths. Saw it a lot in the LPL between Clear Love and MLXG. You just start wrecking people when you have an advantage, and early on this game, Brox has been doing pretty well. So the gold has been in his pockets. It's pretty good. Oh, Hilisange! Oh my god, that was impressive from Hilisange. And I think Leona, yeah, Leona's just stuck. So that was fine. Like, that was pretty cool from Leona though. Look at this. Tries to get the hell out of there by eating Hilisange. And literally if that had landed, Hilisange gets stunned. Rookie probably gets away. And Baolan is closer to his team, so he would have been in a better position. I think that he either remains alive 6 or 7 seconds longer, or he gets out too. But nah, he's kind of fucked. He flashes to the right because he didn't get the E, and he gets blasted. And it's a 2v1 trade. That's really good for Fnatic. I would like for him to not teleport top, push mid. Yeah, that's about it. Maybe look for another dive on them, and Jackie Love is just sitting there. Jackie Love doesn't have mana. Ning and Duke sure can, like, they're still in the area to force another fight. But you got a lot going for you here. And so Swain provides so much, so yeah. You got a lot of pick potential from Swain and Sion. Other teams would have done it, dog. Fnatic's just trying to buy for more items and buy for more time with items. I just don't see the purpose of teleport top though. I think you'd rather keep that. I wonder what he was going to buy though. If he picks up that wave, because he wanted to pick up that wave pretty badly. I hate that they went to replay immediately after. Let's just see what he has now. So it's Rod of Ages and Stopwatch after the team fight. Okay. Maybe he just had enough gold for that. So that's some armor that he has for himself. He can deal with the Zinja a little bit more reliably. And rushing Azonias, I think, is pretty good. Remember, he had to use stopwatch pretty early on in this game. So, going towards Zonias and having the ability to buy more time in fights and just be that piece of shit, I think is more valuable here. The utility is just strong. And they need as much utility as possible coming out of caps. And a little bit of Broxa. So Reckless can do more in these fights. He has his 2-item spike. Like, that's great. Gets the full passive proc coming out of the Storm Razors. At this point, it's going to be a hell of a journey to get Infinity Edge, but once he gets it, then Fnatic are good to fight, but they are pretty far behind. Like, compositionally pretty far behind. Even giving this Rift Trail to Duke so he can push down this tower. He's been getting pushed in for so long this game. The fact that now Duke can finally rotate to his team, they should be able to get something out of it. Now, this is an Orange dream come true. 4 people grouped up. Let's see if he can get the long range, max range ulti. Let's go. Duke, can you do it? Oh, it's right. It's waiting for you. Oh! A lot of flashes, though, right? You still got the flashes. How much else did they get? See, that was just off of that one push Ornn got. Ornn was finally free. The chains came off. He's like, God bless, I can move. I can be a part of these plays, guys. Let's do something. And with how much control they've had in this red side jungle for a little bit, for a hot second, yeah, good setup. Had time flashes too, so great from Reckless to not burn his flash. He's gonna be fine in the next theoretical team fight, but that's flash off of caps. That's flash off of, I think someone else did. I'm pretty out. Broxa did. No flash on Broxa means that he can't be, like, he was already struggling a little bit in the fights of tanking damage from Jackie Love and Rookie. It's going to be even worse now that he doesn't have the reliability of flash. So they're just going to have to give up this Baron, I think. Okay. Woohoo! Oh my god, are you kidding me? What the fuck? Are you? I didn't even see that. I didn't see this live. I did not see that live. That is the biggest bullshit. If I'm Soaz, I'm throwing my keyboard. That play. Oh my god. Eat your heart out, Visit Chachi. Oh. Get it. Oh, I'm so sad. I shouldn't be. But you want to see these plays happen, man. You want to remember this as a historic moment. That big dick Soaz put his dick on the table. This is him just going out. Look. Unzipping. Boom. And he's about to pull it out. No. Absolutely denied. Jackie Love stays alive. Get the hell out of there. What are you doing? Jackie, please. Run. Like, sure, he stops them. Wait, where did Reckless was in all this? Reckless was just pushing mid? I guess he didn't see. Like, you can never really plan for damage like this. And even if he came, I don't think he does much. But still, dog. Imagine the possibilities. If that tentacle wasn't wearing an Invictus Gaming jersey, then Reckless would have been criticized. But no. All is good. Now we just hold on to the memories of what could have been. The possibilities of the Scion, the European Scion. That could have been a meme. The EU Scion. Big body. Oh my god. Did he have Glacial Shot? No, he does. He had the green fists. He still has push here, so this is great from Ornn. He just knows that, you know, Scion, if he ever contests him, he's just gonna get bodied by Ornn's cousins. They all coming. They all bringing their kids and stuff. So he's just heavily pushing this one out because he knows that IG has Dragon. So this is pretty disastrous here from Fnatic. Oh. Oh. Oh! Does he just die before they can come in and help? Like, that's fine putting your body out there on the line, but remember how large of a travel this is for Rookie and Jaculov. Jaculov and Rookie split off in the team so they can go and take the long way and just see where they are. So if Bell land, like, I like this. But if you don't just immediately walk in when you know you only have Ning, at least wait a little bit, dog. Just a little bit. Rookie just uses abilities and shit too, and they were just, not only were they in no man's land, but they were in no man's land without a gun. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. And people are saying that this was an... Oh my god. Well, look. People are saying this was the greatest, you know, not the greatest worlds, but we're trying to refute the fact that this was pretty low quality in individual performance. Now, so as showing the individual mechanics of all of Sion, he's showing 100% Sion action. But not so much coming out of Baolan. The decision making is just not there. Oh, they're just going for it. You know, Sion doesn't have much HP. They should just turn for this. Are they going for a 50-50 when they should just fucking turn? Wait a minute. Okay, so let's see what we got. Let's count the ultimates. No ulti on Hylissang, no ulti on Reckless, no ulti on Caps, no ulti on Broxen, no ulti on Soaz. So who's gonna turn here? Not Hylissang because he doesn't have HP. It would likely have to be Caps on his E. So Caps has to not be on the left side of this Baron and be on the right side of this Baron so he can pull people in and try and chunk down a Duke. But that's the mentality there. The mentality of a lot of these situations is that this is not necessarily a bad Baron take. I think a lot of criticism came onto the fact that people thought it was a bad Baron take. It's just a bad thought process and how they should play around Baron. You have a numbers advantage. Rookie is dead. Like, Rookie's not going to be a part of this play for about 20 to 30 seconds. So Duke and Jaculov coming up, you expect that to be a case, right? If Sion has full HP, if Caps has full HP, if Reckless has full HP, there's no way you're ever losing this fight. Unless if you are so unwilling to take it. Caps, Reckless, and Broxa should not be hiding behind the Baron pit. 5,000 HP on this Baron. Abandon it. Abandon the fucking Baron. Look for Duke. He's just crying to get grabbed. He wants to get grabbed. Best case scenario, or at least worst case scenario, Duke flashes. But now you have his flash. Best case scenario, Duke doesn't flash and he dies. And you can make the case that, well, now you're picking a fight onto a tank, and maybe that pulls in Ning, Baolan. Maybe that's a long enough fight for Rookie to involve. Like, we've watched enough LPL to know that these fights are going to take some time. And when you base, you get these, like, you get a limbo situation where you're fighting for so long that you know the first team to base is the first team to lose Baron. That's the risk you kind of have to take, and you kind of have to understand. So, sure, a team would look at this and criticize the fact that they played quickly. But Fnatic should look at this and say that, well, you know, a sad point here is that we didn't choose the fight when we should have. They're still burning Baron. That's a lot of damage that we were just talking about is still on that Baron buff. Why is it at 3,000 HP right now? Real question. My God, was this a full committal on taking that Baron and not a committal at all at taking down Duke? So, I mean, look. I was born and raised in the fight style, man. The LPL style of fight, 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 that's where I came from. And that, for me, is not a bad call from Fnatic. It's just a team like that should always understand the situation they're in. I think they just denied themselves from a fight. And that's really weird because that's not the Fnatic I've seen throughout the tournament. Now, throughout the tournament, I think they changed that completely. I think they're a team that is so down to fight so consistently. We saw that in both the quarters and semifinals up against EDG and Cloud9. Like, this is not a Fnatic that I will say, like, that I do not see in at the finals. At the finals, it should not be the case. This play, if redone, Fnatic will pick the fight. But in this game, they didn't. In this game, they got blasted. Gold advantage there for Invictus Gaming at the beginning of it because Ning had a great early game path. That was a little risky, but still, at this point, what has been working have been the risky plays. So they got the leads off of it, but then when you're trying to come back into the game, Fnatic have just not been really looking to embrace those fights. Still, I'm like, okay, so at this point, I think there's going to be a dive here. Duke has his ulti. Ning should just walk up. They all have their ultimates to just pop and try and chip down this turret. There's no reason for them to think that they can defend the tower here. Next wave. Do it on the next wave. Do it on the next wave. Bone plating is gone from Illisange too, so that's a lot of resistances that is gone. All in. Wow, let's go. Inhibitor 2. There's nothing stopping Invictus Gaming. They are so far ahead now. They might need to... Oh, mid lane wave's coming in. I think they can just end. He's just going to go for it. At this point, yeah, you kind of just have to. There we go. Yeah, this game's over. So, I mean, this was just the first game that we saw. Would we see these, like, will we see the same team at a final? Both Invictus Gaming and Fnatic. The answer to that, a quick answer, is hell no. Not at all. The first reason for that is, boom. Duke and the Shy are, Duke and the Shy, yeah, of course. The Shy will play. Duke will not play. You'll have one game. If they're down 2 games in the series, they will bring in Duke. And knowing Invictus Gaming, knowing how weird they are, if they're down 1 game in a series, they'll bring in Duke. I don't think they should. I think the Shy is the best top laner in the world, and there's no reason why you should ever take someone out unless if you are questioning their mental fortitude. And I think that the Shy hasn't showcased poor mental fortitude. We've actually seen strong mental fortitude in the finals that they had back home. We've also seen strong mental fortitude just like throughout the playoffs, I thought. So I don't think that's ever an issue. I think the last time I ever had a problem with the Shy's mentality or overthinking fights was in 2017. Last year. But when they had West and not Jackie Love. And especially since he's such a new player, this is his 2nd year. Time means so much. He's learned a lot from the team fights, the teleports, all that good stuff that Duke provided. And I think that the Shy just brings in a lot more. If I'm comparing Bwippo and Soaz, Bwippo should just see play, I think, throughout the entire series. It sucks because this is a great example of a game where Soaz can dominate in team fights. Soaz is just very strong on teamfight champions and can really direct you. But I think in this specific game, I don't know who is making the calls as to how the team fights should play out, how the situation should play out. But I think going for Baron, that's right. That's fine. I like that. Not just denying yourself from fighting was a poor call. Bwippo just showcased that he is a strong player individually. Stronger individually, can give them more picks, just, pick ban alone. I think his GP is strong. General carry options like Alessandro works very well for him. I think if he goes towards tanks, which is the only question in comparing him and Soaz, Bwippo showcased, and maybe he'll showcase in the next videos, that he's a better tank player too within the laning phase when he had those like multiple 1v2 situations. So just based off the top laners alone, we're going to be seeing completely different top laners. And just based on play alone, I already talked about Fnatic. This is not going to be the same Fnatic we saw in this game. They will not be showing in the finals. I agree with that. I think that Fnatic will be much more fierce, much more ready to team fight. I think that's actually a lesson that they learned here in this game. In really prioritizing team fights. I think Broxah, since this game, has gotten better in his own pathing. Maybe a little bit more. We'll see in the next video on when he places his wards, how much more interactive he is in the jungle, like in the jungle versus jungle matchup. So, based on this game alone, great from Invictus Gaming, but I thought Fnatic had some good points. We'll see in the next ones. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. There'll be more videos to come.